maybe for the exhibition making different way, maybe I will wait for more people and maybe I can last Saturday is the Open Contemporary. It's an art space. They are 25 years anniversary. So we have a group of people traveling outside, and people ask each other, what was you doing back to 2001? And the vice director of the New Taipei City Art Museum, she said, I was working in the Activists Association to protect the animal. And after that, I joined the Taipei MoCA for the curatorial team. So 2001, I hadn't started my art career. And a lot of people was talking about, I'm still a high school student. Or someone has mentioned, 2001, maybe someone just born, because a lot of young people around. So 25 years for someone is like a really long history. And for me, 2001, I finished my MA thesis. Then I started working with Fubon Foundation, and I did exhibitions in this district of Taipei for 30 sites. And each site has totally different kind of atmosphere. So it's here. I'm the curator of the Fubon Foundation, and now they have the Fubon Art Museum. But back to 1997, they just set up the foundation, and I joined the January of 2001. And before that, I studied my MA in Tainan University of Art, Museum Study MA program, but I also took a lot of class from art criticism, art history, and also fine art department. And during my study of MA, I curated 2 shows, and all by myself. One is in youth, the school venue, and I design everything. Design catalog. It's called this one, Spiller's Blue. And another year, I curate the show called Spiller's Mrs. Spiller's. That is the Huashan. Right now is the Huashan creative industry. And also my MA thesis, I'm writing the thesis, talking about the first stage of Taipei Biennial and Taiwan Pavilions in the Venus Biennial. So during my MA 2.5 years, I finished my thesis writing for 100,000 words in Chinese. And then 2 exhibitions here. And before MA, I'm working in the art gallery for 2 years, and also participate in a lot of art fair. So Art Taipei, we curated 2 special shows, and also we have the newsletter every monthly. So it means I need to write a lot of things in order to publish all the newsletter. And for cave art, right now it's not so famous, but back to late 90s, when I was in the gallery, we have 4 galleries, Taipei, Hsinchu, Taichung, and Kaohsiung. And until now, I don't think other galleries have so many branches in Taiwan. But around 2000, Taipei has like really big flooding caused by the typhoon. So all the MRT just under the water. And the galleries I work in, they are in the basement. So everything is being damaged. And the house moved to Mainland China to restart another art district in Shanghai. I think the working experience is really great because I need to write a lot of things without the reference. So I need to search for lots of reference by myself and write an article. And when I when I studied my MA, one of the professors asked me, could I help him to curate the show? So this one is for the environmental art and in Tainan Art Center. And this one is I made by myself in the campus. And I'm talking about in such high-speed society, how we can slow down. Especially I was in Taipei, and everything is in really high speed, and I'm working really fast. But when I moved to Tainan and countryside, even no public lighting nearby the university, because the university is in really remote area and just started, and everything is under construction. So if I'm really working so quickly from one side to another side, actually is nothing happened. So how can I slow down? And this kind of slow down, can I really feel comfortable? But at that time, I really feel like, oh, I have a kind of speedless balloon, because I was not able to really be calm down in the countryside. I still thinking about so many, especially in Taipei, and I'm traveling around the Taipei and Tainan. But actually, we should learn how to slow down ourselves. So I designed everything by myself, and I asked the 3 artists from the college, and they participate. And these artists, right now in Fenggang Museum, she also presented one piece, Yang Weilin. And 1 year later, I applied for the Taipei city government have some funding. So I applied for funding and also proposed the show in abandoned wine factory. It's the Huashan right now. Huashan become like really commercial after 2003. But before that is the abandoned, and also have some organization you can apply the venue to make the show. So I made a show there, and thinking about this wine factory actually abundant for decades at that time. It's been like in a really high speed running Taipei City Center. Actually that place is key in really long, the time just stopped 4 decades ago. So this kind of feelings of speed, actually outside is like a really busy Zhongxiang street, but when you come into abandoned wine factory, everything is like really, the time stops. So I made this speech, and during that time, to make this kind of CD, yeah, I really called some company and asked them to make that for me. And I designed everything, even the plastic bag, I figured out in different places and make it as a package. So actually you can do everything by yourself, from designs to production to writing, and also this one is also being reported in the media a lot. And because I have this experience during my study, so when I applied for the Fubon Foundation, and they accept me immediately. But actually they asked me to join 1 year before, and I say I hasn't finished my thesis writing, so they're waiting for me for 1 year. When I arrived, I joined, they already finished this. Very Fun Park have the show in Hong Kong Art Center, so I helped to deliver the simple catalog. But when I joined, I follow them to go to Perth in Australia to make the show. Yes, and Perth Institute of Contemporary Art actually is the old school. They renovate into the art space, so they have really interesting space. Like they have the big hall, they have the tower, the bell tower, and also a small room for each classroom. So all the artist's work can be installed in the site. And during the summertime, we come back from Australia. So we decided to put all our works into Taipei East District. So here is the roundabout, Renai Yuanhuan. And here is the Donghua Nanlu. Here is the blue line of MRT. So we put things in these two parts, these 30 sites. So each site have their own characteristics. So we need to match the artist's work and the site characteristic, such as in the street with the neon, with this kind of LED lighting. So during the day is the white color, but during the night come blue and have some lighting. Or use during that time still have some abundant places, but now in Taipei it's difficult to find any abundant places. And also use the building of the commercial bank, especially belongs to Fubon Foundation, or furniture shop, or the clothing shop, some small boutique, coffee, hair salon, bookshop. So all these 30 sites actually is totally different. So in the original package, we only have around less than 20 artists. And the first show in the White Cube, the second show in the old school renovated. And the third one, we need to consider where is the venue available. So firstly, we need to search for all the possible venues, then invited the artists to visit the site. But you cannot just be the company with the artists for 10 sites. So you need to consider maybe these 3 sites is really suitable for this artist's work. So you just bring them to these 3. And if really good, then can work out immediately. If not, restart again. So actually this one is quite early model because it's back to 2001. Really early model of site-specific art in the everyday living area. And right now in Taiwan, we have a lot of local festival. Actually, it's follow similar model. And for this, it actually is more complicated because all the shop, they're still running. So you need to have a negotiate with them. The hours, they need to take care of the hour for this exhibition. And but at the same time, we also can consider how we can bring the audience or new audience for them. So have this kind of joint package. So we have the bag, and you can have your bag, and with the guidebook, with the tissue, with some small things. Then you can go to different places. And also with the map, you can collect stamps, and at the end you have some gifts from the place. And this one is the documentary for all the things. Yeah. Yeah. And during that time, still some abundant warehouse, normal living place, water tower, some nightclub. We use the nightclub facility. We use hair salons, TV. You just borrow all kinds of things you can use on site. So that's the one. And this one really make a model for the future our practice in Taiwan. So this time when we visit the Thailand venue, I think for this kind of not have like in Taipei we have the museum, we have the White Cube space, but this exhibition is particular selected non-art space and thinking about what the role of art in our everyday life. And so this one is like a site specific, but the hours is the existing one, so we match them, and some of them might just according to the venues to make some change. So this time we went through talent manual, we can really see in the pockets there is no a lot of art space with the White Cube space. So they need to looking for the venue in the first place. So the venue that's the venue-driven exhibition. So if they find 15 available sites, then they might make that. And this 15 is all the abundant one, then they will make this exhibition a special abundant, using abundant space as their characteristics. So actually making the exhibition has so many different ways of doing. So when I worked for the foundation for 2.5 years, and we all working with the public sites, so we all use the public space. Because during that time, Fuwan not yet have the museum, so they keen to use their commercial building, use the public space, and we call it the art buffet. And different time have kind of different topic. So like this one, we are working with another Australia curator. She comes a kind of pizza, like a mobile deliver. So we make this as a kind of, we ask the artist to make a specific work for this pizza box. Then this one can deliver to the school. So we have 10 boxes. And we have a car because it is called art buffet. So we have like make some small things, and we can put it in the classroom and sharing with elementary school students. So this one is not only in the public space, but also has a lot of public program behind that, especially working with the school. Or the color is also like that. So normally, because this one in the public space, your audience might be like passing by, general public. So they cannot have like a happy theory on their head, but they can really easily to accept some common topic, such as home. Yeah, everyone have their home. If you are thinking about pizza box as a kind of your personal space, how you arrange that. Or the color, yeah.
Just wanted to ask. So, for example, if you put these in the public spaces, how did they
people react?
No, not people react, but what were there weather challenges? Like, because you're putting these there in open space, so how did the team?
Yeah. Yeah, for Taipei, this one is like a street trees, and normally you need to apply for permission from some departments from the Taipei city government. So we got the permission. Then the artist can install some bird nests on the top. And then during the spring and summer, really have the birds coming to stay. And for this, we also need to make sure it's never be damaged with the passerby. So it needs to fix. You need to check safety, insurance. Everything needs to be prepared in advance. And for this plaza, because it belongs to the Fubon enterprise, so we just use that one and have some bodyguards helping to take care of our work. So that's the easy way for some private company wants to use their venues to make a show. So I did several. So you can see like the title is really broad and easy for general public to accept. And following with the previous very fun park, I have one artist from UK, and he gathering hundreds of video pieces back to 2003. So during that time, they want to bring these 100 pieces of videos back to Taiwan. So we decided to follow our previous very fun park strategy, put it in the street, and thinking about if Taipei have the night market everywhere, can we have art in this kind of nightlife area? So we put the exhibitions in, there is the 70 international artists, 100 piece video piece, and then we located in 13 venues, including with during that time we have the athlete bookstore. They have like a bigger art space, and that one is the main venue. But we also put all the videos into like a bar or some coffee shop and some restaurants, and use their existing facility.
So what would you, are those projections or are those like screens, like LED screens that are then mounted into the bar?
That's the existing facility.
Ah, so they already had those there?
Yes. So we just borrow. We need to do like a science survey first, and checking what kind of facilities they had and they can provide. So that one, but we cannot use all the time. So we will maybe start from, I don't know, I forget, maybe like 7 o'clock to maybe from 5 to 10. Then they will allow us to run this video art piece. So maybe one screen, maybe not just one piece, maybe several pieces as a loop. And with the main venue in the athlete bookstore, there are huge one. So you can have the projector, like a TV screen, the monitor, like small bigger one, and to present it lots of different shows. So back to that time, because Taiwan is like really keen to develop a lot of new media art. So the government is also support. And during that time, the video art exhibition is not so popular as now. Now it's like really common. But during that time, because of the facility, the projector, or it's still really expensive. But we found a lot of support and from some projector company. It belongs to Taiwan projectors company, and they provide lots of support in the venue, and also for the outside venue. That's all provided by the restaurants or our salon, hair salons, or any others. So after that, I went to Sydney for 3 months curator residency program, and come back. I need to have some duties to curate a show. So I curated a show for another 5 artists. They also did the artist residency program in somewhere. So it means like everyone has totally different kind of background, different kind of media, different region to stay, different country. But I need to put these 5 together. So it's impossible to have like a just under one theme or under one direction. So I made it being off from off. It's talking about away from home and you are in a new place and how you can do that. Because some people a little bit late, but just quickly to repeat again. I graduated from my BA, and I'm working for the gallery for 2 years. And then also working gallery attend Taipei, so have some special exhibition design for that, like this. And then during my MA, actually I curate 3 shows. This is the first one. And second one is I curate by myself, use the campus venue. And another one is using the Huashan district. At that time it's the Fountain Wine Factory. And I'm also writing my thesis about Taipei venue and also Taiwan Pavilion in Venus in really early stage before 2000. So during these 2.5 years, I've done 3 exhibitions, 100,000 Chinese character thesis. So I would say actually you can use your times to do more things in your life. Yeah, and I'm also working, after that I'm working for Fubao Foundation, and after that I become like independent curator for the video art show, and also have the curator residency in Sydney. This one is less small. I'm not like a Noble curator show every year, maybe at least 3 or 4 or 5. But I have less exhibitions, but each time I take it seriously. I want to have a new one as a challenge. And also the ones my experience is more like, I'm working for commercial gallery, art fair, and then art foundation, then independent curator, and also I'm the reporter for our magazine for over 15 years. Then I studied my PhD in London, and during that time, actually I want to stay overseas for a long time, but not like now. You have a lot of opportunity to apply for curator residency program in somewhere, then another one. And during that time, the only reason you can stay abroad for a long time is the PhD. So in the beginning, I'm not really keen to finish my PhD. I just say, I want to be stay in London and really can enjoy the contemporary art and visiting the museum and see the art piece to learn more. Because in Taiwan during that time, all the information just through the publication. But the publication sometimes, or textbook, the textbook is always black and white. And the size, you don't know how it looks like. And if the art magazine, yes, they have some, but not so efficiency like right now. You just need to Google and cleaning, then you will figure out lots of interesting things. So I say I need to be approached and stay. So I finished my PhD within 6 years, and I look at the outside art in Taiwan based on the previous exhibition. And I think right now has a lot of Southeast Asians exhibition is all taking this kind of approach. It means like site-specific, community-specific, more issues and sensitive issues approach. So after that, I come back to Taiwan, then I teaching in the university. I most interesting moment is the 2012 when I was in Hong Kong. I took one semester as part-time teacher in Chinese University of Hong Kong. And then during that time, I witnessed a lot of protests and social movement during that time. And I met a lot of activists. So my research starts from art in public space, public art, sculpture in the park, community art, participatory art, social engaged art, to activist art. So last year, or 2 years ago, I published a book, is Art and Activism, Art and Movement, and that one is based on this experience. And I come to ATUE after 2015, and CCAC started from 2016. During that time, really young and new people, and one day just received a test from professor, from the school president, and she asked me if I want to take this job. During that time, a lot of senior professors, they reject this position. So I took that one, and until now, 10 years. So for me, after I come back to Taiwan, I mostly do the research and writing, and it's really difficult actually for making an exhibition and the writing, because these two things is the two mindsets. So I always need to shift these two mindsets and figure out what is the differences. And I will say it's totally different when you do the writing, like writing a thesis. You needs to be from really overview point to really specific argument. So it's more like this. But making an exhibition, actually you need to consider your audience is so diverse. So sometimes you will start from one inspiration, maybe from your reading, maybe from your life experience, a really tiny point, then develop into like a wider, bigger area in order to allow the artists, our work, can have more space within this exhibition making. So actually these two things is like a totally different. And in 2014, I'm working as an associate curator for Shenzhen Sculpture Project Biennial. And so that one, the title called We Have Never Participated. And in China, of course, we will say under the dictatorship participation. The idea of participation normally related with the democracy. But if under the dictatorship, what do you mean by participate? So this title actually is a little bit ironic. What is really terrible thing happen? We use also with some factory and transform into the creative industry. And within this warehouse as a venue. So during the opening, the mayor of the Shenzhen on the stage and speech and said, "Oh, we really honors to announce this exhibition. Participation is our country's tradition." I said, wow, it's so easy to just catch this and really occupy the idea of participation into his own speech. And what is meant by participation? Your participation just attend a class or to vote for your class leader or in all kind of label. And for the social engaged art or participatory art, actually is all related with or surrounding with the concept of democracy and how we can be equal, how we can be treating each other as the same way, is not hierarchy, or we can allow the access to all kind of things. So this one is this exhibition. So during that time, it's bringing lots of participatory art into China, and also a lot of Taiwanese artists. I took responsibility for them and also bring them to this biennial. This one is interesting. Is the Hong Kong artist Bai Shuangquan. He proposed with some club. It's called Heaven Corner. And I think, oh, that's a kind of club, and you know the club is only allow some rich people or some privilege to attend. Then he initiated this Heaven Corners and just call for everyone to participate. And a lot of people apply. When they arrive at the place, they are doing painting in the room, cleaning in the room. So I think he really wants to play with this ideas of club with the limited numbers of members, and also participation actually for everything, cleaning, painting, everything. This one actually is the Chinese artist, I forgot his name, but he followed with one villagers leaders election, and this person have a lot of promise, and the villagers wants to keep this promise, so they curve all the sentence on the wooden table as a witness. And in the future, when this person become like a leader, he needs to deliver all his promise, because everything is the evidence. It's not just your own statements. So that's the one. And Taiwanese Chen Jieren and Yao Ruizhong, they all use this talking about Yao Ruizhong. Yao Ruizhong organized a group of students to do the surveys around Taiwan, especially a lot of disused public property. Artist Wang Bozhi production line in China, then come back to Taipei. So it's like a two production. One production divided into Shenzhen Biennial and Taipei Biennial. So Shenzhen Biennial start with from zero until some teach some shapes, and then Taipei Biennial will be the store to do the marketing and selling. So we use these two biennial as a platform to help the one artist to deliver this. Production line in China, made in China, production line made in Taiwan, and also talking about this kind of textile industry moving from Taiwan in the late 90s, caused lots of laborers and employees. And then after 2010s, a lot of textile owners, they moved back to Taiwan. So right now moved to Southeast Asia, especially Vietnam. Yes. So actually artist work can really connect it with this and make some realities quite visible. And Lai Zhishen is interesting to make some working way, but this working way is really tiny. You need to work like this. And he encouraged everyone can go around the room to participate something. But actually, all the trash is from the installation. So you are walking along the wall and enjoy the trash. So it's all question about what do you mean by participation, in what way, in which level, and what is the outcome you receive. and it's talking about the border. And then another one is I'm working for, actually I was a researcher for this Center for Chinese Contemporary Art, but now they renamed and focus and shift the focus to Southeast Asia, now called Easy Contemporary in Manchester. And during that time, I'm the researcher, and I wrote a book about, I wrote a report for them about the social engagement in Taiwan. And I list 3 cases. When I submitted the report, and they asked me, could I transform this report into exhibition? So this exhibition is based on the research and then making the exhibition. And I call it micro revolution because I bring in 3 social engaged art in Taiwan. One is the indigenous tribe near the river. They were teared down by the government, so they need to rebuild this through the exhibition in the gallery in order to get all the material. And when they build this, when the exhibition finished, they can bring all the material back to the site to rebuild very quickly. And another one is the Poultry Creek environmental art action is following with the small no-name park, and then a lot of action happened during 3 years, 5 years. And that's really the model made by the artist Wu Li. And Huang Guozhi, and he is always following with my exhibition, and he made the before he always made the wine, 500 lemon wine. He plants 500 lemon tree in their hometown and activates the abundant land. And then the artist will pay $500 to buy the label first. 3 years later, you can get your small wine and you can put your label on. And in the Manchester, he stayed in Manchester 3 months before the opening and searching and working with the local craft beer factory. And then the craft beer factory will produce something that really suits to make a cocktail with the lemon wine. So that's the one. So for this, I really bring the indigenous craft leader, and the opening day is really make the ritual to make this house alive. So I have the ritual on site, and then dancing, drinking together. I think all the British people are really crazy. It's so interesting. And also I organize a conference, bring lots of different cases together, especially a lot of cases in UK and a lot of cases in Taiwan to have some conversation. So I think this one has several labels: research, exhibition, conference, performance, maybe future collaboration between different organizations. They might meet each other in the conference. And this one is my last exhibition. Because of the CCSA, after that, I just stay and making the program. And this one is in Hong Museum, is the Taiwan International Video Art Exhibition. And every 2 years, they will invite these 2 curators. So they want this kind of collaboration. So I invited another curators to work on this. So it's called Negative Horizon. It's all the video art piece. And we are thinking about the materiality of video. Because on the VHS, is really material based. But after 2000, everything is turned into digital based. You never see this. this one become a kind of a nostalgic object. That's the catalog. So we really try to learn from the VHS. And for the poster, we really make it as a day version and night version. So the day version is like that, and night version use some the lighting, different material to make that. So one interesting one is because Fenggao's in the Beidou area. Beidou is the hot spring. We really want to thinking about the movie image in different levels. What is the first movie image? When you was a child, you close your eye, then through your imagination, some image might jump out. Maybe this kind of things can be the first movie image, or in your dream, or through the listening. Then you have the imagination like a broadcast, or someone reading the novel for you, right? So this one is the artist Akira, and he organized a company called B2 or something organization, and they done this with the Tokyo Utopia, and walking around some dark side, especially related with the World War II in Japan. And then we invited this group of people to visit Beidou, so we make the Beidou Utopia with 7 sites, and each site have different kind of historical labels. In Beidou, we still have this motorcycle taxi. In Southeast Asia, it's common, but in Taipei, only in Beidou, because only exists in Beidou. We only have the car as the taxi. Because Beidou is like small hill and very narrow lane, back to the Cold War period. During the Japanese period, is the hot spring high-end hotel, so very luxury. Then during the Cold War, American soldiers, if they survive in Vietnam War or Korean War, they can receive 3 months holiday in Thailand or Taiwan. So if they selected Taiwan, then they will land this in Keelung or Kaohsiung. If land is in Keelung, then Keelung has the red light district. That's time when we visit. Yeah, and then Zhongshan Beilu in front of the tea farm. That's also the red light district. And Beidou during that time has a lot of nightclub and with this kind of household things. So each site has so many different interesting history and have some hidden history, such as one abandoned building, and that building actually is a soldier, a group of experts, Japanese experts, was hired by Chiang Kai-shek after World War II. Because World War II, Japan is failed in the war, and KMT occupied Taiwan and tried to erase all kind of Japanese characteristic or traits in Taiwan. But Chiang Kai-shek secretly invited this group of experts from Japan. They call White Group Bai Tuan. Then they hide themselves in the Beidou area. So through these 7 sites, we invited the Taiwanese writers and Japanese writers write a story for each site. It can be a fiction, it can also crawl into the history, and then we do like a podcast style, invited the local people to read. So if we need an accent, like second generations of similar Chinese people, then we invited them to read. And the audience needs to take the motorbike. On the back, they will they will bring you to the site. And during that time, still the QR code is like a new technology during that time. So you can have a QR code, then listening the story on site or on the back of the motorbike. And from one side to another side, and I think it's quite interesting experience because not only the landscape change, your body experience change, smelling with the hot spring things, and then the story bring you to different kind of history. So I think this one is like the main commission for this exhibition. But not only this, we have a lot. I think half from the invited, half from open call. And open call, we received 500 pieces. So we need to have the jury for like whole days and selected maybe just 20. And because this time we are really focused on materiality. Okay, this all the guidebook, the poster, and Beethoven dystopian one. We really focus on materiality. So we will present some documents on site. But this one is all the video piece. So it should be all the room is really dark. So we use this kind of reading lighting and very intimate, allow you to read some documents. Such as this one is the Japanese artist, and he is the gay, and he has the story, romantic story with American guy in the Okinawa American base, military base. So a lot of letters between them is shown here. Or the Indonesia migrant workers, especially working in the fishing boats, have some tragedy happen. Someone will be killed on the boat. And these migrant workers be put in the jail. And he wrote a lot of letters to his families and child, like this. So we, in this exhibition, we try to see all kinds of labels of materiality of the moving image, such as this kind of broken image, sketch or something, like a TV, like disturbed with the message. And we're also thinking about that one is the movie image. Or this one is like someone make some machine, then do the scanning in some, I think Israel and Pakistan's border, to do like a scanning of the whole town. So, 10 years later, finally I finished all the, we used to upgrade from assistant professor, associate professor to professor. I finally finished my stair climbing. So I think maybe it's the time I can come back to curating. So this time, you are the first person to know all the detail because the press conference will held 28th of April. Okay, so that's the world premiere for this. So actually this term, right now I still have the problem with all this. This one is from the Telugu tribe language. Oh, yeah. Mahal Tamilu. Mahal Tamilu. Tamilu is weaving. Mahal is like working together. So it actually is the co-weaving as the idea, and also is the female indigenous practice. They're all doing co-weaving outside of their house in the public squares of the tribe. In this period of time, they share the time and space. They are learning from each other. They are accompanying each other. They might also joking each other, complaining their husbands or other people's have the positive time together. And during this time, they all can do their own work individually, but they are doing something together. If in the future they need like a bigger fiber, they just need to get all the small pieces together as a whole. So I really like this kind of idea. It's not like a collaboration in Western thinking or based on job division. This one is more like everyone sharing, but also doing your own job, but also can work together as a big project. So in here, so I'm thinking about maybe three groups, but some of the artists might have these three. First one is weaving as material, so in response to this kind of indigenous females practice. And then artists as weaver, and thinking about a lot of fragmented elements can be weaved together in order to reveal the hidden history. Or like a collective or artist run space, weaving people together. So as a lot of artists might have two, maybe or three of this. So the artist Lin Jiewen, her work is all about co-weaving. She always collaborates with a lot of weavers together. From really previous piece as a public art until recently. This one actually is located in really remote train stations in South Link, so near Taidong, really far, very southeast. And this kind of co-weaving is based on her practice. And I also invited the Citra from the Bali, and her work is all about the myths or local story, and with the weaving and drawing, and very active. And I might have like 30 artists, and all of them are artists with indigenous background and working with community, or they are the collective, or the duo, or the family. I have two units of family. Maybe artist wants to bring his wife and the children working together. I think that one is really interesting. When we're thinking about modern art, it's always one man to represent one individual hero style artist, and totally forget who supported this. And also these artists, their partner is all as the artists as well. But after marriage, they might not really have, they might do something together or separate, but we all recognize individually. So this time it's good to recognize them as a partner, and also their child also join as a collective. And also artist run space. So last time we visited Speedy Grammar. Speedy Grammar will come in, and Indonesia, the good school will come in. Venus, Hanoi have 3 space where working with open contemporary. They will propose one project. So have so many this kind of works all working together. So this just quickly is to share my own working experience, and I think it's good to thinking about how to make an exhibition for like a very fun park or Thailand annual. Venues or sites always will come first. So the title is impossible to be really special. So from you see this image, you will tell actually these exhibitions cannot have some specific one. It's only tell you maybe the location our landscape. So the title of Thailand Biennial 2018 is called Age of the Wonderland. It's the island in the south, okay, with the tourist sites in the Krabi. In 2021, during that year is the COVID. So actually it's not many visitors to arrive. But this one is called Waterfront Walking on the Mat. And then the artistic director actually is the Japanese. This one is the Chinese based in London. And artistic director Yoko with 3 Thai art curators. The Vipash is the lecture in Bangkok. Vipash give the lecture about the archive. Is he? And in 2023 in Chinlai called the Open World. And for these 4, they are really have a strong relationship with local, so they can mobilize all kind of resources. The artists, the venue, the local peoples, everything. So this one actually is quite successful. And this time is also called internal in pocket. But all the artistic directors and curators not have strong relationship with pockets. So they also have like a really big difficulties to deliver the exhibition. So venue first. This one only can find abundant place. This one used a lot of ruin, temple, abundant school, warehouse, even one contemporary art museum is newly built because of this exhibition. And then will be allowed other people to use afterward. And also this should also like nature environment. Okay, so you might have venue first, or you meet the rich people. These people ask you to make exhibition for him. Yeah. Recently in Wenxin our gallery, and the collectors asked the curators to make the exhibition for her according to her collection. And even through this research and exhibition, this collector holds another new pieces from the artists. So that's possible. Or culture policy. Thailand Biennial is the Ministry of Culture's culture policy, and also try to increase the tourists number. Okay? Or you are thinking about who is your target audience. Oh, make it for the child. You need to speak to the child. What kind of language you can use to speak to the child? If you talk to the tourists or elderly, you might have totally different kind of approach. And this kind of approach will based on the sincere consideration of who is your target audience. And topic or theme is, plein is very common because a lot of white cube space, you can do anything. So sometimes we'll base on any kind of inspiration, then make the show. Start from the research, transform into the exhibition. Start with a group of artists. You are the friend of group of artists, and you want to make something for them. Or educational purpose. Like this time, I visited Kochi Biennial in India. With the main exhibition, they also have student biennial with the same quality. And I think they also use that student biennial as an educational platform. Or like public programs can engage with different labels or different group of audience. So that's the thing I want to share this today. And that's the previous Asian biennials titles and the poster. From here, 2017, it's called Have You Eaten It? Actually, it's based on the Taiwanese. 假霸嘞 Have you eaten it? And then viewpoint and viewing point, meditation, artist-made movements, or everyday life. All this is curated by in-house curator. Start from 2017, they started to invite three other countries curator, then plus one in-house curator. So the updates from Rakupa, he is one of the curators here. Here, curated by Noble, and Noble invited another 4 curators from Southeast Asia. Tamari is one of, and should take care of the conference. And Melissa from the Philippines, and another one from Taiwan, another one from India. This 2 artists, Xu Jiawei and He Ziyan. And this year, He Ziyan is the curator for Guangzhou Biennial. This one is really impressive. And talking about strangers from beyond the mountain and the sea. So the idea is really with the Southeast Asia, the mountain, Nomia, and Sulu Sea. These 2 strange, not strange, far away landscape and outside of the nationalities control. Last time, how to hold your breath. Yeah. So that's the previous Asian art venue. So, do you have any question about any? And I will say, I bring a lot of publication because I'm thinking publication is so important. Such as like Shenzhen one is not only the artist's catalog. Actually, half is more like a reader for this biennial. And like this one is trying to make a special design in order to give you some feelings and sense of materiality. Any questions or anyone wants to share? And I think today is almost everyone here. Still have someone. It's important, everyone in this room, and you can have the conversation start now, and thinking about how you want to do your exhibition. Exhibition is not just one format. You can have so many different kinds, so many different kind of starting point, connected with so many different kind of things. But the core thing is how to make some meaningful things through this connection, arrangement. Yeah. So maybe I will give the time to you to discuss. Then we might leave the room 3:30. We move to the art space called 欢迎光临灵光站. They are the film artists. They rent the space together. Then they will use their living room. Sometimes do like a screening or talk or just casually hang out. So I think that's a lot of interesting things will happen in that small, tiny place. So, anyone want to start with all your conversations? Yeah. Thank you.